Today I want to tell you about a project that I am incredibly excited about right after this. Hey everybody, Sam here from the Tabletop Hub, and today I want to bring you a little bit of a rambly video, a little bit of a behind the scenes video about a project that I've been working on for the past while and that I'm going to be continuing to work on for the next little while as well, that I'm excited about and I just want to share with you all as well. But I have some notes here to make sure that I don't go vastly off topic. This is another unscripted video, so prepare for a ramble. But before we jump into it, I just want to say, literally just before I press record on this video, we hit 2,000 subscribers here on the Tabletop Hub channel. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you out there who have hit the subscribe button over the past year or two. Your support is massively appreciated. I can't believe that you all tune in for my rubbish painting tutorials and listen to me ramble on and on for hours on end. So let me precursor what today's video is about by giving you a little bit of a backstory. Let's go on a journey, shall we? So I'm sure a lot of you know the very large, very popular tabletop channel called Miniac. A while back, I think it was during 2020, maybe it was late 2019, time is a blur because of 2020, but he put out a video where he had designed his own tabletop miniature, put it through to production, and was then, distributing it and selling it to people who liked his content, which was the Duchess Mini. And I thought it was really, really cool. It was something that I equally, for the past couple of years, have been wanting to explore and kind of dive into and find a way to make it possible, but not necessarily with miniatures. For me, I've wanted to do that with terrain. So if you're subscribed to this channel and have been for a while, you'll know that I seem to make a lot of videos about Fallout Wasteland Warfare and most recently Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. And while there are a lot of great pieces of terrain out there from companies like Foreground and TT Combat and Deathray Designs and Black Ark Studios. Why does that sound wrong in my head when I say that? But I think that's the right name. From a ton of brilliant companies, and they make a lot of brilliant terrain pieces. But for me, I'm sure a lot of you are like this as well. Sometimes you're just looking for a piece of terrain and it's maybe somewhat specific and you just can't find it, but you maybe don't have the skills, like me, to make it from scratch. And sometimes you just want to kind of find that piece of terrain that really fits the theme of your board game and is also to the right scale. And it seems quite impossible. So if you're part of the Fallout Wasteland Warfare group, you'll have noticed that near the end of 2020, I started posting poster designs, billboard designs for use in our tabletop. It was something that I was exploring, and one of the people, Mike, in the comments had said, oh, well, if you're designing these billboard posters, you should design a billboard with it. And Mike, I don't know if you realize what you've started. Basically, I kind of took that as a, you know what? Yeah, I should, because this has been something that I've been wanting to do for ages, and I always feel like I hit roadblocks, or I kind of push so far and then I stop because I get a little bit demoralized or whatever with it. And I thought, you know what, this time we're going to see it through to fruition. I'm going to go and I'm going to find somebody to help me design these and sculpt it and model it. And we're just going to go for it. So skip forward about a month, and this right here is kind of where I have ended up with this initial step of this journey. This right here is the Apocalyptic Billboard. It is on sale right now over at the Tabletop Hub website, tabletop.hub.co.uk/shop. And there's a few options for you there as well. One of the big things for me that I took into with this project, and which I will be taking into my next project, which I'm going to announce and talk to you about today, is that I wanted it to be accessible. Accessibility with these kinds of things is incredibly important to me. So what I wanted to do is have a product that whenever you got it, one, it was a high quality and it worked and it looked good, but also you had elements of freedom to it as well, and you had everything there inside that kit to get that product, get that billboard onto the tabletop, make it look good, and make it fit inside that game. So with this billboard, it's £7 on the website. There's a ton of stuff in there. It comes in two different styles. You can get it non-weathered, non-apocalyptic, where there's no chips, no scratches or anything on it. And you can get it like this, where it's weathered and there's dents and scratches and it's gone through the wars. It comes in multiple parts. You can get the billboard and you can attach onto your MDF buildings if you want. You can just have it lie flat if you wanted. You can print out as many of these single leg struts as you want. You can attach up to 5 in below it. I prefer the 3 option. I think it looks really nice. You can equally go for a single leg option. I have it like right here, one of the single legs. You have that choice, but more importantly, you don't have to worry about then going and finding posters or billboards to print out and put into them, because I've designed from scratch 4 billboards to go inside it, all that fit within that kind of post-apocalyptic Atom Punk Fallout universe. This right here was kind of a test for me and the guy Jason who has modeled and kind of sculpted this, because I wanted to try and find somebody that could take direction and produce a high quality of product for the next big thing that I want to talk to you about today. In 2021, what I want to do is try and create those niche pieces of terrain for the games that we love. And it's going to be starting with the Last Stop Motel. So I totally get it. There are tons of motels. I think we're probably coming down with motels in the 3D printing universe. For me, this was a really good and accessible starting point in kind of branching out into larger projects. But for those of you who may be following Fallout Wasteland Warfare, you'll know that we have the Fallout New Vegas kind of expansion and content coming this year. And I wanted to make something that thematically looked like it fitted inside that universe. So the Last Stop Motel is a motel 3D design project that's going to be coming in the next few months. It is a modular motel with multiple rooms that are all sized and scaled for 32 mil, specifically for Fallout Wasteland Warfare. There are going to be rooms, there are going to be kind of modular aspects to those rooms as well. There are balconies, walkways, staircases. There's going to be a very cool sign which fits into the lore of the motel itself and the expanded kind of region that the motel will go into. More about that when the campaign comes out. But there's also going to be a kind of interesting statue in the shape of a dinosaur that will be placed outside the front of the motel, just because dinosaurs are cool and not because we're trying to rip off any form of motel that you might find in Fallout New Vegas. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, even though maybe they'll look similar, but maybe ours will be a little bit more dilapidated. In essence, I wanted to create pieces of terrain that fit inside the Fallout universe. And later down the line this year, if this first one goes well, I want to expand that into the Elder Scrolls Call to Arms range as well, and create terrain that fits thematically and looks cool and is sized right and scaled right and fits inside that game. So the way that this is all going to work is that right now, as I make this video, Jason, who is the kind of the sculptor, the 3D modeler, is currently, I was going to say chipping away, but virtually chipping away at all of the designs through the kind of mood board, the designs and the schematics that I've provided him with. And in the next couple of months, I'm going to be going to Kickstarter with all of this. For me, Kickstarter just seems like a really good place to launch something like this, and I don't want to launch it until I feel like the risk is lessened for the people who back it. So whenever the Kickstarter campaign goes live, the benefit of all of it is that all of the design work will technically be done. So at the end of the campaign, you'll be able to get the motel, the balcony, the walkways, the staircases, the perhaps slightly copyright infringing dinosaur, the motel sign, tons of assets. You will get a bundle of assets. And then of course, any stretch goals that we might unlock throughout the campaign to make that kit even more awesome. What I wanted to do in this video is let you know that one, this billboard's on sale. Please go and support it and buy it if you have a 3D printer. I would love to get your feedback on it. If you do print it, send me some photos, tag me on Instagram or Twitter or on Facebook if you're in the Facebook Hobbyist group. I want to know your thoughts on it. I want to know more about how I can make and design brilliant 3D terrain for you to play with at home. This has no doubt been an incredibly rambly video, but it's one that I'm incredibly excited to kind of talk to you more about over the next couple of months as the Last Stop Motel is finished up and as we get closer and closer to Kickstarter. So folks, thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. Thank you for the support you give me here on the channel. I cannot wait to not only make great videos for you this year, but also make great pieces of terrain and products for you to use on your tabletops. Folks, until next time, have a great week. I'll speak to you all very soon.